As you know, we've got a left and a right hemisphere of the brain. The left is the thinking side, and often we're all thinking a bit too much. And on the right is the being side. That's probably the most simplistic way to describe it. So the left is where our ego resides, that protective mechanism trying to control us and keep us safe and keep us in the comfort zone. And this is all about structure, language, patterns, processes, organisation, analysis, judgment, interpretation. Always having to know the reason for something happening and why and what's going to happen next. And this becomes very dominant because of our society, what we're conditioned with, what's around us, the school learning system, whatever we've been through in our lives. And we repeat these patterns, and this thinking can just go over and over, and we're repeating patterns, and it becomes very dominant. Whereas the right side is our intuition, our compassion, our creativity, our connection to our unconscious and the supercomputer, our ability to interpret through pictures and art, where we're in the present moment, the right here, the right now, in flow state. We're not thinking, we're just flowing in whatever activity we are doing. Now, this has been proven that, it's also been proven in that with the left brain hemisphere, that it is a liar and a storyteller. So what we tell ourselves, what we think, what we believe about ourselves and our inner worlds and what's going on around us is not necessarily true or reality. And this was proven in some studies in the 1960s where Gazzaniga worked with epileptic patients. They tried to reduce their seizures by cutting the fibres of the corpus callosum across the middle that connect the left and right brain hemispheres. And when they did this, they did studies to see what the left and right hemispheres were doing. And one example of this was a guy was was shown a picture of somebody walking. So when he saw the picture, he got up and started walking. And when they asked him, "What are you doing?" he said, "I'm going to get a Coke." He didn't say, "I'm walking, I'm going to get a Coke." So he just made it up on the spot. And that's what the brain does. It goes for the quickest, most convenient way to come up with an answer to something, expending the least amount of cognitive energy. So we're actually walking around a lot of the time, probably half the time, not in reality and not in the truth. It's what we're creating, what we think, with our left brain dominant egocentric identity. And we're so much more than that. Now, there are ways to overcome this, and it's not about the left being all bad and the right being all good. They need to be balanced. And this is called hemispheric synchronization. This is when the mind accelerates. We step into our power. But to get there, we need to reduce the egocentric hold on the brain and how it makes us think, believe, and act. So you could quieten down this thinking mind with meditation and breath work. But these can be quite temporary measures unless you're doing them all the time. Another thing you can do is train your brain to shrink the ego, to break down those limiting traits so that it's quieter and there's more balance in the brain, and then work the two brains together, trigger neuroplasticity and build new neural networks so both hemispheres of the brain work well together. And that's when you move forward out of your comfort zone and step into your true power.